is Frenchie Davis with Libido Talk.
Hey, this is Reverend L with Will You Be Whole?
And we are at Being a Slut is Not a Sin Part 2. And we got this great audience here, and we've been asking some serious questions, right?
It has gotten deep up in here.
It has gotten deep. So we took some notes. We talked about the real definition of the Bible, which is a collection of books. We talked about who gets to interpret the Bible. And we've also talked about who benefits from the Bible. Especially since the church is about 80% women, so we want to talk about who is really benefiting from the Bible. So
we talked about the responsibility of liberation, which is important,
and we talked about where the sluts actually belong in the church. So we had a few more questions because people here. We have our. Let me go to this. Look at this here. So we got our hell no's and our hell yes, and so our audience is hell no and a hell yeah in some of our questions. So we're just gonna take a few minutes to chime in, and we're gonna ask like our last two questions or whatever, and we'll be back, of course, with more information about what our takeaways are from this event. But right now we're gonna go on and gonna sip this. Go ahead and ask your question.
All right. So is there a place for sluts in the church? Is there a place for sluts in the church?
Is there a place for sluts in the church? I see.
Hell yeah.
Hell yeah.
Hell yeah.
Make sure you got your hell
yes.
Hell
yeah.
All these yes.
I'm the one who said sometimes the slut is in the pulpit.
Okay. Wait. Let me.
Yes.
Right. Okay. And I understand. Can we hold them up again? I need a count. 1, 2. I got 2 hell yes. I got a hell
3,
no.
4, 5.
I got a hell yes.
6. So
I got a hell yeah. A hell yeah.
There's 3.
A hell yeah. A hell yeah. And we got somebody who's like, I'm not calling them a slut.
Abstaining.
Okay. All right. We're abstaining from the slutism.
Yes.
Okay. Who said hell no? Who said Who?
Anthony said hell yeah.
Okay.
Hell no in the corner.
Can you talk about why you believe?
She said hell no. Go ahead.
That's right. So can you tell us why you believe the sluts don't belong in the church?
Because who says that they're really sluts?
Agree?
Because we didn't get the definition of what a slut is.
We can't quantify what by our definition exactly.
So my thing is if we go by the definition of what the church defines as a slut, they would not be welcome in the church.
How does the church define
I
slut?
thought the church welcomed everybody.
Well,
No matter what.
I'm with you.
But according to what Frenchie said about the woman who, had her issues about her having this topic, she's like, oh no. And you know what? I know plenty of people who feel the same way. So they would not be willing. I remember there was a brief time in my life when I tried to go to church. I didn't grow up in church.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, my mama just sent me with whoever was going, and most of the time we just played and did whatever, like the Stevie Wonder song. They say, look, you went to church, that's what we did. But there was a time in my life when I was a young woman, and everybody I knew was going to church, and I'm like, oh, maybe that's what I'm supposed to be doing.
Okay.
So I tried every religion there is. Define religion there is, trying to figure it all out. And then I realized, I don't believe any of this crap, so I figured it out for myself.
Mm-hmm.
But I say all that to say, I went to this particular church, and there was a woman, and she was definitely a lady of the night.
Mm-hmm.
But she would come in from working.
Was she a lady of the night, morning, and evening, and afternoon, or just a lady of the night?
Well, she worked a corner somewhere in DC.
Okay.
I'm gonna say that. We knew this.
Okay.
She would come in. She came in off her corner.
Okay.
On Saturday night, Saturday morning.
Okay.
And walked into church on Sunday morning.
And see, I find, if you think about prostitutes
Who are sex workers.
or sex workers, right? If you think about sex workers who find it in themselves to still find comfort in the space of a church,
Of course.
I don't know. I find that humbling.
That
For-
is her choice. That is her choice. Well, I feel like whatever gets you through the day, if you want to pray on your head, that's fine. Don't
Right.
ask me to do it.
Talk about it.
That's
Right.
what I think.
Right.
Who am I to tell you what you need to do
But leave it up to Juanita Bynum. I mean, did she come in with greased legs? Like, did she have her thong on?
She had her stuff on, you know. She had her dress up and her thigh-high boots and whatever it is.
So she was Julia Roberts down.
She was, yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
And what turned me off was because she had a similar dress on that Julia had.
Okay.
And all you heard in the congregation, I could barely hear what the pastor was saying because all you heard was this.
Was the humming. The humming and the judgment.
And she came every Sunday.
So they already
it's deep because
the strength of those people.
Had ever had a conversation with her.
Right.
Yeah.
Like you were saying earlier, they don't know what her life was like.
Right.
They don't know where she came from.
Right.
They don't know how she got there on that corner.
Right.
They don't know if she liked being on the corner.
Maybe she liked being on the corner.
Right. And that's so. But you also you don't know if she had a relationship with that preacher.
And that too.
You really, in this day and age, you really don't know.
Well, she could have just had a relationship with God and was going to church.
All that to say that they may want to be there, but I don't think that they are welcome there.
Right.
Yeah.
So
no matter how many times we say, oh, we welcome everybody, but no, you don't. That's a lie. That's a lie. And quit lying to yourself and lying to other people.
Right. So the question is, and for newcomers, do sluts belong in the church? Is everyone truly
belong, or do you
is everyone truly welcome in the church? And if the church says our church doors, it can be any church, but if the church says our church doors are open,
then
I mean, are the church doors open like this, or are the church doors open like this?
We condemn in the church because the church should not judge. They're not in a place to judge. No one should judge anyone.
So before you came in, what we did was show a video of Juanita Bynum, addressing how some women presented themselves in provocative attire in the church, and how she felt like God felt like this was inappropriate, this was wrong.
Are we talking about the black church?
Yes, we're very much talking about the black church. Yes, and so we have to bring up these questions. Yes.
No, I want to say something too. So the current iteration of the Christian church is actually founded upon the theology of Paulinian legalism. It is not founded upon the dispensation of the gospel of Jesus Christ. Because we're going to talk about
dispensation.
No, it isn't.
No. I said we're about to talk about dispensation. About to get it going.
Is basically Paulinian legalism. Now, the Apostle Paul had this, idea of how church needed to be this very structured environment, this place where there was a lot of, division amongst who could do what, who could say what, and how you were supposed to present yourself within the sanctuary of the current Christian church. But when you look at the gospel of Jesus Christ, and this is in every iteration of the gospel of Jesus Christ, Jesus didn't have those types of barriers. The Apostle Paul had that kind of barrier.
Yes, he did.
So what ends up happening is that
and St. Augustine.
And St. Augustine. So the other part about that, though, too, is that people who claim that they are Christians are not following Christ. They are following Paulinian legalism. So they are Paulinians, but not Christian.
Was it Paul that said women can't speak in church?
Yeah, that's all of that.
Yeah, it sure was.
In the book of Corinthians.
Yeah, it was.
Corinthians.
Let's I know, boom, boom. Okay, so
somebody needs to be playing.
We know that you really. Thank you, Pam Grace, for coming out. We know that you really want to stick with us, but we have so much more to talk about as we wrap up the evening. This is Frenchie Davis with Libido Talk.
This is Reverend L. Will you be whole?
And we will be back to talk about what our takeaways are for the night. So stay tuned. Thank you for coming in. To being a slut is not a sin.
I can't. It's hidden.